Welcome back. You've done your shopping and beefed up your internet connection. So what's next to prepare your kids for going back to school? Fox 44's Brian Glenn spoke to an expert to find out the answer.
So with this going back to school that we're under right now, how does a parent deal with any anxiety associated with that, either going physically into the school or doing what we're doing right now, which is staring at a computer screen for 8 hours, and they can't see their friends? How does a parent deal with that anxiety? How do you suggest we make our kids a little bit more relaxed?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Thank you for having me on your program. One of the biggest things that parents can do is really look at their children, because children tend to be able to show it on their faces. So as parents and as caregivers, we can tell when our child is becoming anxious just by their facial expressions, but honestly in the things that they're saying, because they do hear things on social media, they do hear things from their friends, and they can even see how we react. So it's really important that we look at our children and we say to them, you know, I noticed that you're feeling stressed, or you said you can't see your friends. So how does that make you feel? Kind of getting their feelings out in the open and being honest with them. I think that's very important, that parents are being honest and having these conversations where they allow their kids to ask questions and be honest with them. And every child at their developmental level is going to be different. So have those honest conversations and also model good behavior as parents and as caregivers. So be positive. Because we know that there's a pandemic, a lot of parents and a lot of caregivers don't know how to respond. So once we know how we can respond in a positive way and put a positive spin on it, the kids can also do that. So being honest with them, being careful with our emotions, and also talking with them through a plan, like making sure that the kids also have a routine and getting prepared to go to school, and reassuring them that the schools are doing everything they can to have social distancing, hand washing, masks on, and that the kids are prepared to know that the schools are doing everything that they can do to keep the child safe, and that mom and dad or caregivers also doing the same thing.
And I would think that depending on the child's age, that conversation will change. Someone that might be 16, 17 is a little different than someone that might be 8 or 9.
Absolutely. And I think it's so important to remember the developmental age. So in a younger child, it's kind of asking them, oh, you look sad. And an older child, tell me what you feel about what's going on with these protests or with this pandemic. Tell me how you feel, because teenagers tend to talk to their friends and their peers, and they can get certain ideas that may not be correct. So it's our opportunity to be able to shed some realistic light on what's going on. No, that's not exactly how it's happening. That's not how the virus replicates. That's not how you get the virus. And so we can give them that good information from what we read from really true, reliable sources.
Dr. Elizabeth Thomas, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.